Hello, my name is Doris, and I guess it'll go back to growing up in a broken home. My mother and father had divorced when I was little, and so we bounced around a lot. So I always felt like I didn't have a place where I belonged, and so I would try to fit in, to try to make myself belong somewhere. And so I started down the path of rebellion, and I became pregnant at a very young age at 12. I had my first child at 13. After that, I got pregnant at 17. And my mom had said to me, you're not the first to make a mistake, and you're not going to be the last, and I'll help you. And I felt that God was there at that time where other mothers would have, just abandoned me or pushed me to the side. But my mom helped me. At 22, I got pregnant again. Now this was my third pregnancy, and I chose to have an abortion at that time, and that led to 8 years of being emotionally comatose. And so I would go and have weekends where I would drink all the time. No amount of money, no amount of people could help me get rid of the pain and the shame that I felt inside. But I knew that God was there. Easter Sunday of 2013, I thought about ending it all. And the only thing that popped into my head was which one of my sons was going to find me deceased. And since their fathers weren't in their lives, I didn't know what that would do to them. And so there was a thought that I needed to find the nearest church. And so I did. I made my way to the church that I attend now. I went the last 10 minutes of that service, and the preacher made the altar call and was saying, if you're out there and you're heavy laden, just come. There's this war that goes on inside every heart that, am I gonna choose to believe or I just can't. And there's this war that happens. And so that day, it was like, I felt like I was in this boat of where I was comfortable in my boat, but I was miserable. And so I just felt Jesus calling out to me. I didn't know what it looked like out there to walk towards Jesus, but I knew that if I stayed in the boat, then I wasn't going to make it. So I took that step of faith, and that day, Easter Sunday of 2013, was when I met God. He has transformed my life. I no longer walk in shame. I no longer walk in darkness. I no longer drink. And he has helped me. He has cured me of all that, and just has restored my heart. And I live in peace. And so, yes, there's turmoil in the world, but I feel like I am in the eye of the storm, per se, where it's the most peaceful and the most clear. And that's what my life is like since I said yes to God. And so my job is to stand here and just share to you out there, if you are heartbroken, if you're struggling in your marriage, if you're struggling with your kids, or whatever it is, that God can handle that, but you have to choose to believe in Him and walk in His ways. And so I'm thankful for the production here to allow me to share my story.